Hello, welcome to Radiant Resilience. I'm Tori. This video, I am going to take you through a short sequence that is designed to help strengthen and stabilize your ankles. And we want our ankles to be strong and stable, not only for balance, but also for foot, knee health, and for our optimal stride. So, as far as equipment you're going to need, you'll want something to sit on. I'm going to sit on this stool, but you could sit up on a chair. You're also going to want a tennis ball or something similar. You could use a dryer ball, a rolled up pair of socks if you don't have a tennis ball, and some resistance bands. So I have a smallish resistance band that I'm going to use for some of the things. And then I also have one that's a little bit bigger for some things where we're going to need some more space. And that's it. If you need to hit pause just to gather up your items, go ahead and do that and hit play when you're ready. All right, I'm assuming that you're all set up with all of your items. Quick reminder that everything we do is optional, so skip or modify anything that is not feeling right for you. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm gonna have you start standing up just to get a little bit of, get the ankles moving, warm them up a little bit. So you're gonna come onto the ball of one foot and just do some ankle rotations. Good. And then go the other direction. And then we'll let that side go. Go the other side. Rotate one way. Rotate the other way. Okay. And then come to both feet. Find your feet right underneath your hips. And we're just going to shift from edge to edge of the feet. This is also just a good exercise for the ankles, but we're just warming things up a little bit before we do some things that are a little more challenging. And then we're going to come forward and back on our feet. So towards the ball of foot, towards the heel. Now, as you're doing that, you want to be shifting your hips forward and back. Now we're going to make that a little bigger. So you're going to roll back to the heels and then roll up to the toes. Back to the heels, roll to the toes. So we're working the calves that are affect our ankles, and we're working the front of the shin that also affects the ankles and our ability to be able to lift our toes and the ball of the foot up when we're stepping forward in our stride. Okay, good. And then just shake them out. Now we're going to come down to a seated position and find your smaller loop. From there, we're going to bring the loop around the feet and come onto the heels. Here, I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. You're going to come onto the heels, and then you're going to pull the feet out. So the heels stay where they are, feet are flexed, and you're just opening the feet apart, the toes apart. Good. I'm going to widen my heels a little bit to make this a little more challenging. And you want to go, I don't know, 12 to 15 reps, and you could do 2 sets of these. I'm just going to take you through one, but you could do a second set if you'd like. All right, I think that's about the amount. Okay, from there we're going to set that little loop down and find your bigger loop. So you're going to want to take that bigger loop around the bottom of one foot, cross your ankle over your thigh, and bring it to the top of the foot that's crossed over. So you might have to play with this to get the right amount of tension in your resistance band. But then we're going to keep the foot flexed again, and you're going to drop the foot down, or the toes down, and bring them up. So towards the floor, towards the ceiling, towards the floor, towards the ceiling. And this particular foot, I have some injuries in it from when I was a kid. And this is the foot the ankle that's not quite as strong or stable. And it's also has a lot less mobility. So you might find, we all have different histories in our body of what what activities we did, injuries that we might have encountered. So just be gentle with yourself if you know you have something like that. But this is really good for helping rehab this ankle. Okay. So I think we've done about 12 to 15 reps here, and then we're going to go to the other side. So we'll just transfer bottom foot, cross the ankle over, top foot. Spread it out so it doesn't fly off, and then flex the foot, and you're going to let the toes drop towards the floor and pull them up towards the ceiling. Great. And if you feel like you're a little bit sore after doing this, that just means you've worked some muscles that you're not used to working. Of course, you don't want to go so extreme. But I can tell that this will be beneficial for me. I can tell that I am working some things there. All right, good. I think we've done 12 to 15. I haven't been counting, but I'm just guessing. Okay, so we're going to let that go and release. Okay, so from there, we're going to come back to this smaller loop, bring it around the bottom of one foot. I'm going to just turn a little bit sideways so you can see better, and then the top of the other foot. So you're going to have the bottom foot leg pretty straight. Bring the other knee up, and you could even hold it like this if you wanted to. And then you're going to bring it up enough so that you get some tension there. And this could be a little bit easier with shoes if it helps keep your strap and your resistance band in place. But we're going to kind of lengthen out the foot and then flex it. So we're working that front of the shin as you pull the foot up. Flex. Can you feel your shin working? I can feel mine working. I can also feel my hip flexors trying to do a lot of work. So I'm trying to support my leg so that I'm more focused with my hands, so that I'm more focused on what my ankle is doing. Okay, let's do 2 more. I think that's about 15. Good. And then release. And then we'll go to the other side. So you'll lengthen one side out, one leg fairly long. Bring the other knee up and you can support it. And then you're going to kind of go into a point. I call this a floint because my toes are pulled back, but my foot is pointed. So it's like a flex point. But you're going to let your toes, the ball of the foot go down and then pull it up. So you're trying not to move your knee a whole lot. All the movement is happening in the ankle. I have to concentrate so much more on this ankle. It's funny. All right, let's go 5 more on this side. Okay, let that go. We're going to come back up to our standing. So I'm going to move our stool off to the side and then bring your strap around kind of the arch area of your foot. And then we're going to, it's almost like a crab walk, but we're going to be on our toes. So you're going to come up to the toes and then just do little, these are hard, side to side. And try to do the movement at that leading foot. Okay. Let's go one more this way. Actually, let's go side to side one more time. 1, 2, and that'll be 15 on each side. Last one. Okay, and then release. Step out of your loop, and now we're going to take our tennis ball or your dryer ball or your rolled up socks. So what happens a lot of times when we come up onto the toes, when our ankles aren't stable, the ankles kind of wing out and you go into the pinky toe side. So we're going to try to stabilize in the ankles so that you have more weight in the big toe ball of the foot area. So you're going to take the ball and squeeze it between your heels. And then from there, you're just going to do your toe stands. So you're going to roll up, roll down. So if you're really squeezing the ball, it's going to stabilize your ankles. And it's also going to train and strengthen ankles. So if you're not squeezing that ball enough, it's going to fall. Roll up, roll down. Maybe slow it down a little bit. All right, let's go 3 more, and on the third one, we'll hold. 2. Now this one, we're going to come up and hold, squeeze the ball, and notice how that helps stabilize the ankles. I'm still wobbling a little bit, but I have a little more stability. Okay, drop down. Let's roll the ball off to the side. One last thing, this is also good for ankle strength. We've kind of stabilized the ankles when we come up to toes, but we're also going to work the shins at the same time. So you're going to go heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel, toe, toe. And try to look off into the distance instead of looking down at the feet. Okay, make a note of which foot you're leading with. Just for brain's sake, we're going to stop and lead with the other foot. Heel, heel, toe, toe. Okay, we'll go one more. And relax. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. All right, so that's a quick sequence that you can do to help stabilize, strengthen your ankles. If you found this helpful, you could even play it back again for a second round. And let me know in comments if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. Don't forget to like this video if it was helpful, and subscribe if you want to be notified of new videos when I drop them. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.